I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is Sheep Guarding Llama. It is the 10th of August, 2020, Monday. Today was a work day in the morning. Had a pretty busy morning, but I had everything lined up and my schedule clears so that at about 1:30, I think, this afternoon, I was able to knock off all of my regular work, and I had a scheduled webinar thanks to Veeam, and it's one of the coolest ones I've ever done. 100% certain it's the coolest webinar I've ever done. I've done some conference things that are pretty cool, like HP once took me to the Rainbow Room in Manhattan for a night. That was about $5,000 a head. That was pretty cool. But for the most part, you don't get to do really cool webinars. Like, they can be kind of interesting or whatever. This one was about, I would say, maybe a 20-minute technical webinar. Actually, it was a little bit shorter than I would have been completely happy for. A little bit more of like the marketing and like reason we're there for the webinar. But they sponsored a wine tasting for us, like online. Like, this is super cool, right? So it was, of course, all scheduled ahead of time. You had to be pre-reserved and all kinds of things, and you kind of had to know people. But they shipped me a box of wine, 3 entire bottles of wine, and you could either select an all-white selection, an all-red selection, or a mixed selection, so depending on your taste or whatever. So I opted for all reds. I got one from California, one from Argentina, and one from Chile, and they had a sommelier online who would tell us what to open, how to do it, do all the things, tell us about each of the wines we were having. The whole thing was really cool. It was a lot of fun. It was really unique. The whole thing. It was just a great experience and very memorable. Really glad that I did it. And 3 bottles of wine. It was a lot of wine. Although the reality is, if you think about it, how much it costs to do in-person events, it's often crazy. The cost of a venue is absurd. So buying 3 bottles of wine and then putting something together online is probably way cheaper, even though it's way cooler than a lot of travel and venue kind of things, and so much easier for me to like get time away. I can't commit time to go somewhere. Like, that's really hard. And of course, during COVID, you can't do those things. So this is a way to make up for that. But really, really interesting and well done and a lot of fun. So that was my evening. And of course, I had like a bottle and a half of wine during the tasting. I'll have some more the next couple days because it obviously only stays for so long. And the California one was okay. The Argentina one was great, and the Chilean one was pretty good. But it was really good all around and just so much fun. And that was the whole evening for me, and I am doing this in the very back corner of the backyard, and somebody has come along, has just been hanging out with me for the whole video. How you doing, cutie? Yeah, that's you on the video. Oh, and Mia's come over too. And this is when we get into trouble, when they're both here. Nope, they're being good. They're being good. See, they're great. We're gonna go back down and say hi to Lula. That's Lula. You're just standing with me while I do this video. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. She never does this. I mean, she'll stand at my feet when I'm like sitting, but she's never done this before. Very interesting. Anyway, that's Lula, our foster Boston Terrier that we're going to have for a while, maybe for forever. We don't know. But she has her moments. Sometimes she's super sweet, and sometimes just by going down like that, she'd have bitten me. So who knows? But she has no teeth. It's all fine. But she and Mia, sometimes they get along great. Sometimes it's huge fights. You never know. One time I had Mia up like this, dangling in the air, and she had Lula dangling from her mouth, and I didn't have enough hands to get them all apart. What a challenge that can be. But anyway, Monday, August 10th, fun wine tasting day. Really glad I did that. Thank you, Veeam and Insight, for putting that on and hosting that whole thing and letting me be a part of it. I had a great time. Really liked the event. I will see everybody tomorrow on the Tuesday the 11th.